Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Adam, and welcome to a City Skylines time-lapse of what I like to call the Pitch District. The reason I call it the Pitch District is because it has a soccer arena from that new Matchday DLC, and that's kind of the highlight of the town, along with lots of large buildings in tall, large buildings. So I'm hoping to do a lot more of these videos, and but on different kind of topics, like maybe smaller cities. Again, I said in my channel intro, I wanted to make it so that I made these little cities that had like their own aspects to them. So this one has the soccer arena or soccer pitch and things like that. Anyway, so what we're doing right now is we're just adding a couple of the water pumps, and I totally forgot about the sewage pumps at the very start, so I was wondering what the heck's happening. And for electricity, I added these wind turbines in the water. These water turbines, wind turbines, water turbines. Anyway, I totally forgot you couldn't build power lines on the water, so I was confused, and then eventually I did take these out and just put normal turbines. As you may be able to see soon. Anyway, I thought it was going to work right now, so I was just building some bad electricity lines. So basically the basic layout is there's two main roads that go down, and they just kind of do like a sharp turn, like as you can see, and then it's just kind of a lot to the right with a lot of buildings scattered around and a few little outskirts. See, I was trying to add some kind of large building to kind of base the city around. So that's kind of the large building I went with. It's the largest one that wasn't too large. And eventually you won't really notice that building because eventually all the residential high density and the low density, well, not really the low density, but a lot of the high density residential and commercial build up and look really big or bigger than that because I've added a ton of parks in, which help them level up. Sorry about that, my brother just needed to call me for something. Anyway, so right now I am just adding in the water and electricity pipes, and so you can start to see the town is starting to build up a little bit bigger, and this is when I started to recognize that these weren't producing any electricity, so I added in the windmills. A lot of windmills. Surprisingly, that actually was pretty good. Anyway, so there's lots of people, and then you can see all the little sewage markers, and I was like, what the heck? And then I realized I hadn't built any sewage yet, so that's what I did. And let's see here, what am I doing right now? I must have been just checking my phone or something. Or I might have been on the Steam Workshop. Good water. So here I had an idea for zoning, like lots of large buildings around it. But later on in the video, you'll see I didn't really, nobody built there. And when my town was small, lots of the commercial, they weren't doing really well because there wasn't enough people and not enough jobs, things like that, so they were getting demolished. But as my town built up, they were starting to do really well and it wasn't having any problems, but it never worked out there, so I just ended up, I think, putting out 2 carousels in front of it and a bunch of palm trees. It actually ended up pretty nice, and I think what I did with the layout of this town was pretty interesting. I mean, I had that main strip, and then it just kind of branched off. And the tunnel down into the pitch district, I think, was a cool idea under the city. And so you can see here, I'm just trying to get all the basic needs. And you can see in the left corner all the little crime that's happening around the town. It's kind of annoying, but I had to deal with it, so I just placed a bunch of police stations and fire. This little town has all of the needs that you would ever need, and you'll see me a couple times in this video. There'll be the terrain tool or the tree placing tool, and it'll be in the corner, and I haven't updated that mod. It just had a new update, and basically as soon as you click into another thing, it didn't close out, which kind of annoyed me. So sometimes you'll see I'm clicking around a ton. When that thing's up in the corner, eventually it'll go, but that's the reason for that. So right here, I'm just kind of filling in a little bit of extra space, trying to create a little park, an artificial park kind of thing, but I didn't want it to make, like, I've made parks in this game, but I didn't want to, like, I just want to make it like a nice little path with some trees and rocks. And I actually think it turned out really good with this gravel path. And you can see where the tunnel is. It's kind of like it's lined by palm trees. I think it looks really nice. I don't know about you guys, but I think it looks really nice. So that's kind of what I'm doing. A lot of this video, you're going to see a lot of placing trees because of the tropical theme I've kind of gone for. Then I just noticed the garbage center needed water and power. But yeah, so I'm just adding all the essential services now, as you can see. Crematorium, things like that. You don't really need a crematorium, but so there I just dezoned a bunch of office spots because I, at the start of the video, accidentally clicked on offices in some spots instead of low density commercial, and nobody was going to the offices because, well, you need educated workers for offices, so it wasn't being built really. So over here I'm kind of building just a low density residential kind of area. You'll see it build up really quickly because everybody wants it. The reason I went with the high density is because, one, it looks really nice when it's built up, and two, lots of teenagers to work in the spot, so it won't be such of a problem. But here you can see the problem with the abandoned buildings and not having enough workers, but it'll go away by the end. The only real thing that actually happened was my the land value went down, which you guys can probably fix. If I might actually, yeah, I think I probably upload this to the Steam Workshop under the Pitch District. So if you guys want to go download that and just search up the Pitch District on the Steam Workshop, it'll be in my it'll probably be under either maps or, no, it won't be under maps, it'll be under save games. That's my fault. So you can see here now, this is where I took out everything around the building and just placed it with palm trees. Eventually I will add a little bit more to the front when you come up, but yes, what am I doing right now? Oh, I was trying to fit more unique buildings and things like that into the unique buildings and things like that into the town. I fit a shopping mall right behind it, which I thought was kind of a cool idea. But see, yeah, there's just right there was the little glitch. It goes by pretty quickly, but it's quite annoying when you're actually trying to build a city. Near the end of this video, there's gonna be lots of cuts because I was looking for some mods like the Demand Master, and just right there, I was making the district. So there you can see it's gonna be called the Pitch District. Don't know, yeah, there you go. And so, yeah, I think it turned out really well. It turned out better than I could have hoped. Originally I was thinking of having the Pitch District like in the middle of this, or like not the Pitch District, the field in the middle of the city. But then I figured it's kind of cool to have it on the outskirts of town. I would have liked to build it up a little bit more, but I'm kind of on a time constraint right now. I'm trying to get videos out. So right there you can see I placed those 2 carousels, and I just placed 2 services. I think there's a police and a fire station. Anyway, a little bit while back I placed a couple of schools, and right there I was trying to get the university to fit in good, but since it was on a corner it wasn't working so well. So you can see again that glitch that happened. Hopefully that doesn't affect it anymore. Yeah. So I was just playing around looking for different things to do. Because by now you can start to see the city's really starting to develop. And you can really start to see how all the buildings are starting to rise. And so I like how there's like that mix between like the high density and the low density. And there's like the main city part. And then the outskirts are kind of like just little suburbs almost. But kind of part of the same place. I think that's really cool. I really like that. Right there, just playing around with a few things. So, 1 second. I believe right here I was on my iPad just looking for some mods like the Demand Master. And again, you can see I'm starting to place more trees. I was starting to place trees there, but then I placed them around the university, and I think that looked much better than over there. And I think it just gives that town just that little extra bit of character almost. And I think it looked really, really nice. So you can see there I have lots of policies here. I am using infinite money because I just want to be able to build whatever I want right now. But when I do the Let's Play, I'll most likely not be using infinite money. So I think here again I think I might have found a Demand Master, and I think the next cut's when I go and get Demand Master, I believe. I'm not sure. But you can see the reason I really wanted Demand Master was because you can see in the bottom, the industrial demand is really high and nothing else, so nobody was building anywhere. Oh my god, what the heck? And so that's why I think I was looking for a mod on my iPad. That's right beside me. So sorry about how it stopped. I think I was looking for a mod. Oh yeah, see now I think I'm back on the game. Again, you can see like that little bar in the corner. It's annoying, but I guess you're gonna kind of have to deal with it once in a while. So at the end of the video, you will see some screenshots that I'm taking. But yeah, like you can see, there's just so many parks, and I just think it looked so good when it finished. Like I could have never hoped for it to look this good. But I spent about an hour and a half on this. I think it's at times 4 or times 6 speed. I believe it's times 4 speed. I started off at times 8 speed, but it was only like then an hour and something. And see, I was just putting in those trees right there because nobody wanted to build because of the industrial. And I didn't really want to build any industrial because it's supposed to be a little town. But anyway, and then I got the Demand Master, and it just absolutely just poof, everybody started building. And then I also got the level up buildings one. So you can see here I was trying to find if I could see the mod, and here I was trying to fix that little thing. You have to click on a bunch of things, but the little thing for terrain editing and things like that. Anyway, yeah, you see I just got it off there. Yes, now what am I doing here? Oh yes, I'm just adding a couple of parks. Again, lots of parks. I like parks. This right here, that I just downloaded Command Master, and I don't remember what this was. I had to place it though. So yes, let's see what else. I'm just turning demand on. You'll see over there, as soon as I got Demand Master, everybody just started to move in the low density because they had a desire to move in, really. So soon, see, I just leveled all the buildings up right there, and it actually kind of lagged my game. I have a very powerful PC, and I was running over like 60 FPS, and then it just dropped to like 20 when I leveled it up, because every single building was leveling up and had the leveling up animation on it. So you see here, I totally forgot about the pitch district. I went with green because green's my favorite color, and I turned on a couple of policies. So we're nearing the end of the video, and I would like to say post your comments about this series in the comments below, and I would love you guys all to have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys next time.